Greetings and salutations. Say hi to YouTube. This will be on YouTube later. Please like the video, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so the ghost of the 13-month series doesn't get you and you could be stay notified. Hey, Lo, Laura tricked that loser, that bozo, al boo 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 babaloo la caca. You get tricked, you got fooled. He sucks, man. He sucks. But yeah. Um, Let me just read the comments, catch up to where I was at. Bam, been all the week to mother figures. No wonder half these family members are retarded or what's your inbreds. That bum gray wolf branch need to go somewhere. The Trom got the alligator from Florida. A dude appeared from one panel, then became a snack. Gave that man a buzz. Icarus, bro, got a cut. Holland got a fresh cut. You know these people wait. You know one of these people can be the guy who tricked Elaine if you want that copium. I never thought about it, but that'd be nice. I'd like to see it. They moving me. The only interesting thing about this chapter was in Dorsey calling out Bam. I don't care about the Elaine and Elbaba plotline. She was boring. Both stink. Fair enough. Yeah, it looks like the guy from Elaine flashback. Wait, he does? Who? Wait, was that the dude at the auction? Which dude? Keating's finally moving. Hype as F. All over the place. To be honest, yeah, it was disorganized. I thought if Keating versus Lebanon who gon' match Bam though, I'm assuming they gonna clash before the match between these two. Whoever can't even match Bam anymore. It was so long and so little happens. It's a One Piece type gimmick. Facts. Bam about to watch everyone. Love to see it. How cool would it have been if we saw Keating's rank with that panel? Yeah, we don't do that anymore, I guess. SLU forced the NPC mode on Bam to accept Robodon's offer without any doubt. Press A to confirm. Like if you play Pokemon and it gives you two options, but no matter what, it results in the same thing. It was like that. All he could say was yes, or yes in a different way, even though he said no. I'm gonna get Elbaba stuff out the way though. Kind of, I guess it's a good point to get it out the way and let it linger or drag. And for all you know, it's not over. He might find an opportunity to try something. Got that man whining and barking. Incredible. Bam better take a lane over and Dorsey. If not, I'm coming to that tower and taking myself. Going out, I feel it. Going out sad. Keaton has a cool design. The wings like Doom. I like the wings. Poor Lane. She's a dumbass father for real. And Dorsey showing that she want Bam to care about her. Keaton finally got out of his chair. Yeah. Maybe got that from Traumery. They just be sitting down all day. So are we already starting to derail the game couldn't set up? I'll be honest with you. I don't know if I ever believed that game was gonna happen. My estimation was if anything, it would solely be the chess that they played. Just the chess. Nothing else would matter. Cause what the hell? What the hell, man? What the hell? But all right, let's go over what happened. So are we wait. Maybe we actually got Poe Vidal army equivalent to Kitty versus the rest that are coming. It's possible. I imagine Kitty would be at least top 50. I want to say that. I want to give him credit. I still just don't think Bam will lose to him though. That's all I can really say because I think Bam is in that upper echelon too. Would be cool to see two family rankers fight. I think Keating has some sort of leash and control power. He was like the master tamer, was he? But it didn't work on Wang Wang. Was he the one? Bam, so easy to control. Make up a fake story and he'll help you as long as you're not a furry. LOL. I want to see them play chess, kind of like Perseus. I'm glad someone in the series clowned Kun's plan. Maybe that angel lady, some ancestor relative to Angel during the Hell arc. Hell, Angel herself was an anima, so I would like that. That'd be cool. If you're not a family, how are you not beating Bam? It's essentially like where I'm at this point. Like you're not in a regular or some like very specific possible blue hole anomaly. I don't believe. I wonder if Tiara is Gustang's strongest op. I don't. It didn't come across to me that way. It came across to me like Tiara is someone who meets his expectations and doesn't tend to fail or let him down. So she gets entrusted with important missions and tasks. Does that make sense? Might not be your you ever have like it might not be your star player, but that role player, if you say I need you to grab 10 rebounds, will grab 10 rebounds. Or like I need you to stop Vinicius Jr. on the left side of the field, and they stop them. Shout out to Kyle Walker. No, we had to get some action probably between the families before the chess match with Keating and those other dudes from moving from within him. Why didn't Gustang tell Tiara to just get on the submarine in the mothership? I think because of the rules of the game, and maybe he hadn't appointed who the observer was going to be yet. But good point. Can we really say Bam losing to a family head though? I mean, yes. I still, as much as I understand you and Katan's like point here, I get it. I get it. I understand it. I'm not going overboard. I'm not gonna do the most. Like they're supposed to be the one thing that are comparable to him in terms of growth, strength, um, latent and potential talent, all things, and all those things. So until I see it, I'm still gonna. Yeah, if Gustang was like, "I want you dead," I wouldn't expect Bam to be able to win. She was right there. Who would be Keating's equivalent to the Pobadao? Remember when we first saw Ship, he appeared in front of Rachel. There was a bunch of cool looking rankers. Yeah, those demons in the back. When I think it's around the time I said Tura was no, that's wait, no, Tura was after that. I don't know. I don't think we've seen Gustang's number two if he has a number two. And I don't think every family will be structured in the same way. The Lopabia family itself is very different from the fact that they have 20 branch leaders. The families might not be structured all in the same way. So I don't think we've seen the Kieran equivalent yet. I think that someone Gustang might send to check him. We'll see though. What do you think of the artwork? I see you guys isn't doing most of the work. Yeah, it looked like that. The line, the outer dark lines and some of the facial expressions to me looked a little different from how you draw it. Um, how you draw it usually. So it did look different to me. I don't know if this is assistant or not. I don't know if that I usually draw, but it did. I did catch that. Even in the beginning when they were having their talk with Aguero and stuff, I thought the outlines look a little different. Efficient job. Efficient. She does the job. Yeah. Does Bam hasn't reached his peak? Exactly. I think Keating will fight Lobaton. I want that. Might be Belleria. I don't think it's him. You know what? I don't think he's. I don't think he's that strong because wasn't he just a ranker? He's not even a high ranker. So I have a hard time believing that. I don't know though. I think we'll see soon. Whoever his name is, the only positive kind of Bam will reunite with Yama and Ko and the Karaka stuff too. Yuri looked different. He just a bum. Oh, was not bummery. Yuri didn't look in two panels look different to me than she's usually drawn for sure. I don't think the Pobedov family is structured the same, but he has. I'm certain he has like a right hand. Like when if I'm not here, you have to oversee what's going on in the family. If I'm at the mothership or someone he can confide in. But maybe he's not so trustworthy. Maybe he just has like high ranking people that he can get to do stuff, but doesn't have a definitive number two. Would have put past Gustang to do something like that. I don't think Bemberir. I don't think wait. Elaine with her juice box solos that Lopabia family, including Trauma facts. I agree. Oh, let's go to the chapter. This was a long family. So it starts off with them talking about they're not getting the rendezvous point. That Elbaba like, I'm gonna kill Laura and the kids. I'm so smart. I'm the smartest guy alive. Bam's like, yeah, all right, bro. Don't trust you. They still talk about it, and then after this, we learned that Tiara, Mate, are gonna be the ones that are watching over them. Bam and Aguero speak in a Dorsey's room. So did this scene move anybody with the Dorsey stuff? Because I think we all know she's not going to be his main love interest, so I don't really care. Because SC had stated he never met it. I still think it's Adori from Rand's comment in the second season. Obviously you guys know I'm not an Dorsey stan. She don't move me, but was this part particularly important to anybody? Were you guys like, oh yeah, you see, Bam, she loves you. You're stupid and dense, and you have to love her back and start the ship so you guys can be together forever, Barbie. Yeah, I thought that Baylor he was a second. I'm gonna have misread that. I don't think they said that for sure, but I know I think he's definitely a Gustang's direct kid though. That I'm pretty sure was the truth. We never. Do you think Gustang is making Trom overwork himself, going on a goose chase for those Shinran ships? Oh, that's kind of smart to make sure that he's constantly on the move and not in a certain spot. But at some point on the promised day, they have to meet for chess though. So, but I do think Gustang right now has the upper hand in terms of stratagem. Funny how the Kyrian was the cliffhanger for the Raws and the official this week. Nice. I have to see. Wait, I agree. He seems to do the important jobs himself, not lazy like Trom. Me, to be honest, endorsing just a waste of just chapter for me. Not really. Who can even fight Bam other than family at this point for real? I guess some other ones like Loose Leg or Will Hike Sunghead, Biker Union, and those type of dudes who are in the league. In that league, I don't know why I see Rush so hard with this power scaling Bam. I feel that. I love how Dorsey SIU fixed that. That is what I'm saying. Honestly, she wasn't important this arc. I like that she called Bam out for helping everyone, regardless of the circumstances. She gets points for that. Fair. My only question right now is where the fuck is my goddess Huarun? Huarun. I don't know. She out there doing things, doing Red Witch things, being great off screen. Beria is the deputy and second in command when Gusting leads his ship. Oh, okay. I don't remember that, but let me make sure. Open down. Let's see. Take a gander. Is- oh, Nope. He's a deputy. Yep, he's a deputy of the Pobedal family. He is second in command of the Ark Knowledge when the family head Pobedal is missing. He's just a ranker though. All right. Maybe there's something. Maybe there's an ability he inherited from his dad or something that makes him like different. I don't know. Fair enough then. I didn't think it was him. That's my bad. So I retract what I said earlier. I was wrong. Hope Lebanon is a mid. That's what I'm saying. With the way that they've been kind of secretly kind of hyping him up and tying him to Trauma and people who distrust Trauma and Laura and Shilial and Snake. I forgot about Haru. How long has it been? Bro, just reminded me of her. I think we saw her in the third season. I don't remember when though. Maybe indoors. Wasn't she on the ship when Aguero got captured? I think she was there with Rachel. I think she was in that room, that prison room they were in. Maybe in Dorsey, warning Bam was the right thing and trusting Laura and going to lower down was a mistake, but SAUs ain't going to do that. It's crazy how regular rankers feel like civilians now. They do. I don't respect them. I'll fight one. We saw her first chapter after return. Yeah, yeah. Um, and Dorsey wasn't wrong if from the standpoint of like let them deal with it themselves, but you've known Bam long enough that he's not that kind of person. And his misunderstanding of how families end up being and maybe his idealistic look on like the traditional nuclear family, if you will. Yeah, he probably holds that to a high regard, and seeing Elbaba and people like that not actually uphold those ideas that he believes probably hurts him to some degree. But it probably hurt him if he believed if his parents didn't love him like that or something. So I get why Bam was like moving that way. It's just we have dramatic irony in our side where we're like, come on, dude. It's crazy how. Oh wait, bless the Red Witch facts. I think Bagger may have stopped ascending the ranks like boss because there's some fault with their ranking that puts you on the map. You might want to stay under the radar if you work for Revolution. That's a good point. Where was Elaine at though? I don't remember. The last time we saw Elaine, if I remember correctly, was when we were playing the stock game with the crab. Tamatora the crab. I think it was Hockney and the regulars and those guys were playing with it. And I think she also escaped on the ship after with Sophia or whatever. I think after Trauma Raid like killed everybody, but we haven't seen her since. But we did get a pic. We did get her from the back last chapter, a panel of her. This wasn't the real her. I've heard you say that you thought that Adori Jahab might be Bam's love interest. What was the thing that made you think that? Oh, Rand's commentary in conjunction with SIU had at the time. This was pretty far into season 2, so we could have met his love interest now already. But I never assumed it was Endorsi or Yuri in them. But he said that he hadn't met his love interest. I wonder who it could be. I never forget this line because I think they were sneaking around when Endorsi and Bam were on a date. And Rand basically says, I would be impressed if he bagged Midori. Because I don't know if you remember, translations for this used to change all the time. Like Mexis, Maxethian, Kun was Kun, Coon. Shinsu was with two O's and not a U. A lot of things kind of got changed and solidified over time. Jihad, Zahard, Endor, Canen. A lot of different translations. So it was Midori first, but he meant Adori Jihad. So I was like, I bet you it's Adori. That's what I said. So Or the other one that the other one that's absolute pure headcanon is the sealed princess N. But yeah, that's I just went with that because I think it's funny for the most part. But I'm probably wrong. Isn't Elaine at the tree? Is she? Okay, there you go. Is she really? I don't remember. I really don't remember. I thought, but yeah, but when they all warped away though, they didn't all end up in the same place. So I think they went to the tree. So yeah, it's gonna be Elaine if we meet her because I can't. Wait, it's gonna be Elaine if we've met her because I stand for no other answer right now. Midori was crazy, yeah. I'm, so that's why I say that. Plus, a compelling argument that I heard one time. Did I make? Was this my argument actually? Did I hear this? I don't even remember now. I feel like this is my own thought process. Because one thing I've always thought was interesting about Bam or consistent about him is how he handles loneliness, and he doesn't like to see people who are lonely. And I think loneliness is worse than death to him based on what he had to suffer in the cave by himself, looking at nothing until Rachel came and whatnot. So I felt that maybe a sealed princess who had lost her mind and dealt with the 13-month series and all those things. I felt that perhaps she would be the person who understood Bam struggled the most, even though she's not in a regular. But I could be totally off. Hold up, where is Vincente? I don't know, man. I don't know any version of white. I don't know. They're all cooked. Just give me Aryahan, bro. El Laura. So yeah, and Dorsey's all like, "I like you, Bam. Why don't you know this?" Then we got that. So do you guys think Yuri's gonna leave? Is really not gonna leave now? Yuri's staying, eh? With Tiara there, she wants to rematch, run it back. He's at the Pobeda mothership. Oh, she's probably with Huarun then, I guess, because she's probably there too. Because the only one who got away was Aguero, right? In Iraq, was it just them who got out? Because Huarun never got sent with them, if I remember correctly. You think Elaine's actually going to show up? Listen, in a perfect world, she gets the moment that she's deserved for a long time to confront her father and perhaps disown the family and renounce the family and be like, I disavow, I don't fuck with you guys. You treated me poorly. But the fact that Elaine's story did come back into the forefront as a result of meeting the father and how he views things, I'll take it. It's more than I expected, to be honest. Because I've been gave up on the idea that it will happen. Now, would I like her to get her moment? Yes. But I ultimately don't think that she's a character that SIU sees in that high of a regard. So I don't think it's going to happen. But I'm hanging on to Copium. Beta is fine. Does Yuri have any other reason to stay other than Tiara? No, I don't think so. Well, Bam. She wants his virginity. Need Varyun back? That's a fact. Hua, Yul, and Vincente was with Kun and Rak when they were taken to the Ark of Knowledge. Okay, okay, okay. I hope we get more Trom next chapter with him wrecking shit. I mean, yeah, that'd be cool. I want to see El Goro, but he pulled out some alligator. He pulled out a Florida. What do you guys say? He pulled out a Florida gator. Horarian reading books right now, waiting for Gusang to win and everyone to end up at the mothership anyways. Facts. She already saw the how things are gonna play out. I think Yuri being here just damages her reputation and puts her in more danger. There was just one line, and remind me if I made this up. Let me know. I don't think I made this up, but wasn't there a moment where Yuri told Endorsi or Garum told Endorsi or Yuri or one of them in the floor of death that there become a moment where they have to just pick a side, like truly, like you can't toe the line. Like I wonder if there comes a point the same way Shilia and Lilia were forced to kind of defect from the family as a result of what happened. I mean, force is probably a strong word, but you get what I mean. Where there's no turning back for Yuri. She kind of gets ostracized from the Ha and Zahar families as a both, and she's like, "Well, guess I'm a rogue now," and just go roll with Bam. Like I think a moment like that could happen sooner rather than later, and Yuri might decide to side with Bam and not side with the Ha family or the Zahar family. So depends on your perspective, I think. For Lanes to show up while stuff with the people is going on, then I don't know what. Yeah, And yeah, also her father being there. I don't know what SIU exactly plans with that, but maybe redeeming her father and giving him some character development. Who knows? Don't need to. We don't. I don't need the dad to be redeemed or get character development, but she needs. She probably needs that moment to confront the things that the family, like that her mistakes, how it permeated into the family, how the family treated and saw her, and then make like an important statement, whether it's an action, words, or a combination of the two. You think Cutie actually cold or will he fold? Like I'm sure he's cold as far as in tower inhabitants go, but Bam is there. I'm not worried. It's Bam. My best bet is he has an ability related to something Ren can do that's tricky to deal with. So even though Bam's stronger, he has to overcome the fact that like Keating has some tricky ability, like the leech thing. Get him to endorse it. Yup, yeah, Yuri's like on everyone's side. She knows you're wrecking people at Waheg Sung too. That's a good point. I don't think Yuri dislikes the Jihad family. She just likes Bam and rock with him for fun. I don't. It's not about her not disliking them. It's more like her allegiances. I think she cares about Bam more than she cares about, let's say, the Jihad Empire. Garam said something like, "Decide whether you like Bam as a person or as someone who could change a tower." If I'm correctly, there you go. Thank you, Ruby. Appreciate it. So it was something I know. I remember like a line along those lines. That was a terrible sentence, but yeah, I agree. I don't give a fuck about Elbaba, but I think that's what SIU is planning. There's usually happens when these kind of stories. Yeah, I think he might just be. It's possible that if Bam goes there and finds Labadon or whatever, and Labadon's going towards the Beast Kid where the ship is, Elbaba's final moments ends up being in front of Elaine, and that's when she looks up to him, and spits on him like Dio and says, "You are a piece of shit, father. You suck my dick from the back with eye contact." And goes, I'm joking, but yeah, like just renounces him and be like, or maybe show him kindness in his final moments, and he was like, I was wrong, and like, I'm sorry, blah, and dies. So yeah. Um, huh? What happened? I was hacked. That was AI. Yo, that was a deep fake. Don't fall for that, bro. It was a deep fake. That wasn't me. I thought for sure you were from the family from the army was about to happen now. The feeling that she's gonna become a sleeper cell. Okay. Yuri's kind of like Luffy in One Piece. I feel she likes freedom in the beginning. When she goes to the first floor to meet Bam, that's what she befriends everyone too, doesn't judge. But yeah, she got treated at some point. Also remember that Yuri met Phantom Minim and got information from him. I think she knew about Bam before his arrival. That's probably a good point. Huh? Elaine shouldn't waste her limited panel times on Elbaba. I don't even think it had to be him. It could be, I don't know if Labadon knows, Laura knows, whatever. It could just be like a direct statement to like people around her who in her family who are high ranking branch families and say, none of y'all shit. I'll fuck with any of you. Just let them know. And maybe the guy that she likes, maybe he pops up at some point, or the guy that she was supposed to like not pick because she was supposed to become a princess of Jihad. Maybe we'll see him at some point. Maybe, maybe. I don't foresee it, honestly. I don't think I'll go that far. Again, I got more than I expected, so I'm just gonna take it a run. But I would like more. I would. I don't know SC's thinking anymore. He needs to move to other side characters. He won't. He doesn't want to. He wants to focus on this. Elaine probably gonna do a graduation speech. The guy she likes, a Bam lookalike, looks just like Bam with no ponytail or something. I don't think Penta knew about Bam. Even if he did, I don't think he told Yuri. I think Penta didn't give a fuck with the tower. It's the top 5 actors outside of it. He probably just came as up to the reason tower. I've always imagined he came was like, oh, it's mid in here, and he left like, oh, what's in here? Oh, it's mid, he just goes back into like the Tales user story universe. But maybe he's like, hey yo, our regular's gonna come in 16 days. You go to the first floor. Trust me, it's in your best interest. And she listened, or maybe she remembered. I don't know. If trauma Ray dies, you think the family suffers some sort of consequence like dying or getting weaker? Random thought waffling? I think they become extremely vulnerable without the presence of a family head that is an irregular that was one of the 13 great warriors to protect them. I don't think they'll die or get weaker or they work like those like not Vampire Diaries. Yeah, Vampire Diaries with the originals. Like one of the originals died, that entire bloodline of vampires that along with them. I don't think any that would happen. I think they would retain their own agency or whatever. So I don't think the family would dissolve, but they would become an easy target for any family. They'd probably have to disband, break up, or parts of them would get assimilated to other families. You know what I'm saying? I guess their best scenario would be maybe if that happens, Bam decides he wants to be the family head or something, or Lopobia or interim, so they have an irregular leading, or get a wreck or something. But I don't know why Urek would do it. So he'd be like, no, fuck you guys. We'll hike song out. Gang. So that's my guess. Off topic, but I really want Urek to remain a third party during the story and not end up on Bab's side. It's not gonna happen. I don't foresee that happening. If there's one person I definitely think was gonna Bam messes because Urek is like Bam's big irregular brother. It would be cool, but even because even if you think about it, Enryu was guiding him in some way too. I just don't foresee it. I hear you, but I don't foresee that being the case. Plus, he said when he reaches 77th floor, kind of seek me out. I think he'll test how strong Bam's got and what he hasn't learned and whatnot, and then they'll kind of be a tandem a little bit. But or maybe something happens to Mazzino. I don't know. Furry King Bam. Panther probably went through the rest of the tower upwards until storming John's palace, even without the keys. I assume as well. But I'm gonna go with some wild speculation about stuff the story doesn't even seem to be about at all. All right, we'll wait. That means dual family members truly winning. Seek. Oh, you know what? Yeah, like my take go to the Ha family. Be like, hey, I'm a technician and a doper. They got fine local bitches. Urek will accept facts. So many good plot points. SU is set up and then he wastes times with shit like dog barking. Bark like a dog. I wouldn't listen. I would just choose mutual assured destruction. Hey, release the tapes. Me and you will go together. And Shilion Lilial. If I can't win, nobody wins. That's the nuke protocol, bro. They don't got five bitches in the local view. That's a lie. Elaine, Alfine. I don't like Lilial, but I think she look good. Shilial, fire. Laura moves me. That it. I feel like I'm forgetting one more that I like. Hold on. Anak. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Spider Mommy, you know what? I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna just give it to you. I'm just saying. Alfine was crazy fine. She was. She was. Urek's agenda also fits with Bam's. Bam's gonna take care of family had to remove the restrictions, right? And Rex wants to go outside, so we got to go to the tower. And Bam will probably want to get out too, right? So yeah. Besides Elaine, that's a damn lie. Laura and Celia unmoved. Spider Mommy, pretty unmoved, purely unmoved. Nah, he obviously gonna stay a neutral party, but if Bam and Urek and potentially Enryu and Zahar is the actual underdog, the whole time the underdog was the king. I'm on demonic time. The heels. Oh wait, Lafave. That's what's forgetting. Lafave, high heels. The girl with the rocket launcher. She's bad. They got haters, man. The heels. The heels mommy as well. Yeah, there you go. I'm good on the knack, but Elaine being from Lophobia already proves the point. So A, she number one. Elaine is number one, that's for sure. I want to you to have the balls to kill Laura's kids. So do I, and Laura, and Elbaba. Only reason you say Spider Mommy is to hurt me. For finally exposing the bad cow for the fraud that she is, Spider Mommy will always have my respect. What's her name? Actual name? White Widow, Garment, White Widow, whatever. Shout out Spider Mommy. All right. We don't we don't fuck with a Vanco. She was a fraud. Vanco was fake. She was a psyop. That's how you trick me. She not cool. She not raw. I don't rate her. Speaking of Spider Mommy, Ivanka was probably the biggest disappointment to me. Yeah, of course she was, because she stinks. I was thinking Ivanka to be squad limit. No, she sucks. Ivanka does not. It's garbage. Go watch the video where I cook Ivanka for 15 minutes. Because I did not spout one lie. Not one lie. Ivanka had a fire introduction. I even argue her introduction was fire, but not fire. But Yeah, Tiara and Yuri beef. Laura, yeah, the whole thing, trick them, blah blah. Yeah, chill on your queen. We gonna find you a better one. We gonna find you a replacement. We gonna help you, bro. You don't gotta live like this any longer. You're allowed to let go. When new information is presented, you're allowed to amend your current position. You don't gotta keep. You don't have to be like me with Karaka. You can let go, bro. With Karaka, I should have let go years ago. I'm still here. I'm holding on by. I'm hanging on by a thread, but I'm still here for better or for worse. Fake, fake fire merchant. Ivanka's problem. She suffers from the anime fire problem. Fire doesn't do shit in anime. You think so? I think fire does stuff. Yeah, we saw at the nest. Laura's not interesting at all. What is her role to the grander story? Her relationship to Lobadon, the great grandpa, because apparently he doesn't mess with trauma and stuff like that, and as a result, maybe he's someone who could or couldn't defect. Plus, she's a mother of two Lopabia princesses. So while I hear you, she's like, and her having a role for the time being right now isn't nonsensical. Do I think she should stick around and linger for the next 3 years? No. Sophia 10 is right there. I like Sophia. She was cool. Better than I'm putting Vanka. What's his name? Calhellum. Before SAU tricked me with Ivanka, I think he tricked us all. Yes, I got tricked. I was the first one that came clean. I'm like, I don't think she's that cold. I was like, you're stupid, dumb black. What do you know? I'm like, all right. And then what happened? Packed up. And I said, yeah, y'all not winning this one. Fam Karaka will save you. I hope so. I I have nothing. I have very little left. Were you hitting on Ivanka ever since she first appeared? Not immediately. There came a point where I'm like, Ivanka kind of like is mid, is not doing anything. Like she doesn't do anything. And I'd argue that even as early as her introductions, while they were raw, there was two instances that kind of shocked me. Though I know she wasn't fully trying. I think she does a slash where the was it Yoker? Not Yoker. There was like two people with like covered their hairs with blue bubbles who stopped the slash. Then Sharon was able to break the weapon she was using during the last station. And they just kept having these moments where I'm like, bro, are you serious? Then she got sniped, and I'm like, bro, she sucks. Then I'm decompressed. I'm a fight. And then she got stabbed by Spider Mommy. And I'm like, bro, why does anyone rate her? What does she do? Where does she win? Because obviously, aside from the stuff with Han Sung Yu in the flashback, I actually like their relationship and dynamic. I think it was good and cool when they figured out the little path things that Kel Helm did and blah blah blah. Van Kel's character isn't to be deep and interesting, and we're like, oh, what a great character. You're supposed to be strong and be raw and burn and fuck shit up, and you're not doing that. A waste man. I wasn't here from the beginning in regards to your channel. No, yeah, so I'm giving you the lore, deep lore. I'm still trying to see that snake tentacle scene. That's crazy. There's no way you're hitting Ivanka before the nest, though. She was whooping the whole squadron, fighting for the floor administrator, and burning all the bitches up. It wasn't I was hating. I had some questions. I had some doubts. But there was one point where she was burning everyone, and the guy was screaming, and she was like, "Shut up! Stop screaming!" I'm like, he's on fire." But yo, watch the video. Watch my Ivanka video and tell me what you think. That also reminds me of that Ari chick with the sword, Calivan Squadron. That fought Ivanka 2 I was fire. Yeah, Ari. Sharon, sorry, Sharon. I'm getting to the point where the power scaling is rooting the story. I listen. Infinite. I'm with you. I get that. Power scaling in this just literally does what it wants, when it wants, how it wants. I think it just comes to a point where you either you take it, you accept it, or you don't. You just have to make take a position there. I'm a caveman. Fire is cats. Might make fire. Becca make fire. Becca couldn't even stop Caliban from getting to the last station. Her, Caliban, Karaka, nor Yuri could stop him, and he had a hole in his stomach. There were just so many things like that where I was just like, "This is number 60." Like David Cage, like Heavy Rain, Detroit Becoming Human. Press X to doubt. I doubted. Yeah, really good point. If Michael's supposed to be a strong fighter again, I don't get what SC was thinking. He change his mind. I don't know. Dude. I don't know. Why are we talking about a fraud? Because fraud came up. I remember Love saw her fraudulent ass claiming that she was hiding her true power for Spider Mom, and he was like, "Shut up, you lying ass bitch!" Exactly. Like, no, think she got you there. I know you're embarrassed, but you don't have to lie. That's why Love is great. He freed all the Mandem. Shout out to my guy. Who is worse, Ivanka or Cha? I would argue that Ivanka and Cha are going on opposite paths for me. I'll never be a fan of either, but Cha started at the bottom and slightly started to rise, where Ivanka started up here and started to decline. So I'd say they're going like opposite directions for me. So, but I take Cha. I take Cha for the time being. I think I could argue he's been more impressive. I don't like either of them. I don't know, but I'll take Cha for now. At least he has CBL. Who else doing this to me? Suffer. Yeah, what happened to Caliban? I don't know. He's chilling. When I saw 3 or 4 of them alone trying to stop Caliban, I was like, yeah. That's when I already started thinking. Chaw's an NPC to me, facts. Chaw's a real CBL, exactly. He is the CBL. Mule Love ended slavery and defeated the canon event. W Mule Love, exactly. Canon event. Hidden Grove. What was the point of them? I hope they come. I don't know if they're gonna come full circle. I don't know if like Kaine or Moron will do something more, but I don't know. The Chaos Priest really dead or is she coming back? She was my favorite in Kubera. There's only one way to find out Infinite, and that's to keep reading. Cause I'm not spoiling shit. I'm not telling you nothing. Keep reading. But shout to Tio Rakan. That's a bad bitch. I like Tio, man. Tio stole my heart so fast. So I feel that. I feel that. Frozen. I'm guessing you're around Frozen Tears. So, but yeah. Anything else about the chapter you think is we've got to mention? Can Elbaba do what Elaine does, but at a higher level too? By the way, like, what do you think the wolf does? Do you think the wolf has more abilities? Because Elaine's wolf could bite through Ranker's teeth, the skin, at a D rank, a time where that mattered. I don't think that matters anymore. It wouldn't stop bleeding. Plus, she could teleport spots with it. You think that he can do that and some? We do need more Rachel. Tower of God is always at its most intriguing, in my opinion, when Rachel is involved. You may not agree with that. You may not like to hear it. You may be part of art. Shout out to Sunwoo, anti-Rachel task force, but it is what it is. Tower of God would not be the series that it is that we liked or liked for as long as we did without Rachel being a part of it. And any Tower of God fan that's unwilling to admit that is just delusional. They're myopic. They're obtuse. They are small-brained individual. I'm joking. I'm not gonna go that far. I'm right though. Now you're correct. Elbaba, I know he can bark. Oh shit. That's the comment of the week. Rachel was looking a little cocky to put without HQ. I ain't gonna lie. Herb knowing the second in command. Now that he's second in command, Bella Real, but the best Fresh Prince of Bel Air. Yeah, she might be cooking. She might be whipping up something incredible in the pot. His wolf looked kind of fodder even when Trom used it. Maybe you got another one though. I mean, none of those are gonna work against Gustang, right? Like, were you scared of the big bag Badger Mole? Badger Mole, the Badger Mole scared you? I felt like the lizards were cooler. Shout out to Lizard, like the multiple lizards. I thought that was a little cooler, all things considered. So, so yeah. I don't know, man. This I would say though is the like messiest, most disorganized chapter in my opinion that I've read in a while. Like I do think that this was a little reminiscent of how season 3 has been for the most part. I didn't dislike the events taking place. I would argue that maybe I was not as happy with its execution, but I don't think the chapter was like ass or anything. That's true. What do you think about the Black March? It's it's a weapon. It's a 13-month series weapon. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you're asking me specifically. Are you asking me about Yuri letting him keep it because she knows she can't ignite it anyway? Like, what's your actual question? What about the Black March? It's a weapon. It does things. 13 month series. It's the key. As much of a bum Ren was, his abilities were kind of cool. Precisely. I don't know. For me, the most interesting part of the story didn't involve Rachel. That's fine. But my point, I mean, that's a personal thing. My general point is that Tower of God, like, let's say we remove Rachel from the series. This series just isn't what it is today. What would you argue is one of, if not the most iconic or one of the most important defining scenes of Tower of God? I'll wait. They're not gonna say nothing. I'll wait. There you go. You know how many people didn't see that coming, me included. Supposed to say it's crazy. Exactly. Like we were like, what? Huh? And then Aguero figured it out. Like when she is doing her scheming and her little schemes and machinations, I'm like, nah, this is when to me the story is at its most. No, no, it's like she is such an integral part of the DNA of Tower of God. Is really that's how I want to phrase this. Her DNA is part of the makeup that what makes Tower of God what it is. It's not anything without her. Maybe to me, I'm most intrigued when she's around because she's always doing stuff like being Icarus and the stuff with the dollar show with Aguero and her getting away at the end and stabbing down in the legs and stuff like that, pushing Bam, tricking everybody and climbing. Which you're probably right. A lot of the most interesting things that did happen may have not necessarily directly involved her. Yes, was she on the hidden floor? Sure, but she wasn't necessarily tied to what was happening with Dada Jihad and Jihad coming, things of that nature. Enryu too. Yeah, she knew Arlene and whatnot, so you could still, in a lot of ways, say she's somewhat tangentially there. But yeah, a lot of things that are very interesting don't involve Rachel, so that's a good point. I agree with that. But she's very important though. Elaine face reveal that was amazing. The push, the push, the push. Ha. The 13-month weapons really need some sort of bankai besides ignition. TOD would have just been another Menace Sekai series without Rachel. I kind of agree with that. You can always have another character in Rachel's place. TOD has millions of characters, and the world's so goddamn big. And it's one of those things where it's like, on a very literal sense, like, okay, yes, but like, who? We'd have to do so much like rewiring and unpacking and deprogramming to like figure out who that would be or who he would pick. And again, I think the fact that Rachel can't fight is part of the reason why it's so interesting. She's fucking weak and she keeps getting away with it. Even though the writing was messy, you can't lie. The writing was the best since he came back. Oh, no, 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 no. Not this chapter, but since he's come back season 3, yes, this is his best stretch. He's been in good form. Do you think SIU is not using Rachel at their full capacity in season 3? So far, yes. So far, yes. Oh, you said art. His artwork. I think that's one artistry. More often than not, I do believe is one of those things where I think it's like it's in the eye of the beholder. My favorite stretch of TOG art is like in season 2. It is. Well, I think it's polished and more clean, and I understand why people think this is the best art ever been. I do think it's lost its uniqueness. And personally, even if that means you're a little bit of a less talented artist to say, I would take you having your own distinct art style over it being the generic whatever. I'm not saying it's generic. It's still Tower God SIU style, but I would argue that a lot of them don't look that much different from a lot of other webtoons with really good artists that I see now. And I thought before they looked a little more distinct. That's just my opinion, though. I feel like I feel like she has way too much background. Yeah, when we dive into how she knows Arlene and how she really came to meet Bam and why she's afraid of the night, because Bam's name could be Night and Chestnut, it's gonna get wild. It's gonna get crazy. The three wishes too. Still don't know. So Rachel's got a lot of intrigue. Webtoon niggas are annoying. Rachel got spoiled to me when I was reading out of high school. I hate. I get you hate her so much, but don't ruin it for others. Yeah, I think they're. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. I really like this. I really like the art in this chapter. I feel it. Rachel is a vital side of the story, but if she wasn't there, there would be something else. Be someone else, something else. TOG's too rich characters, the fractions in the world is big as shit. I think Rachel's stuff is cool, but without it, there's so much TOG. Well, I guess I agree to disagree. Um, I don't know that I can agree with that because there isn't any other character I would argue he's written quite like Rachel. You'd have to prove that to me in some capacities, but fair enough. Just put the nuts there, chestnuts. Rachel's basically the foundation of Tower God's narrative. Of course, there's so much else in TOG, but she's integral to so much of the narrative that we have experienced. I think one of the things that I hold the dearest about Rachel is that she instilled all the things that Bam would know initially when he started his climb and things about women and not betraying them and blah blah blah. And she would be the one to portray all those teachings. I think that's important. Do you think Gustang is distracting Traum Ray? Does have a plan? I think he has a plan. I do think distracting him is part of it, but I don't know what the purpose of it right now. Maybe it's for him not to figure out what the ships yet, or to chase the switch to Shinwan Ryu ships. But as far as tactics and strategies goes, I expect Gustang to be the better person here in terms of war tactics. I feel like Tromber would have to win through his anima or some other means, something else about him we don't know. I would have dropped TOG back in season one if it didn't have the push. Fair enough. Yeah, because it really made me want to keep reading and figure out what would happen to her, happen to Bam, and how things would shape up, and like when they met again, how it would go. Like when they met during the Hell Train. It's one of the I think it's one of the most iconic scenes that I've ever seen in Eastern storytelling. If you want to go manga, anime, webtoons, and whatever, I think it's one of the best moments because that sat with me. I remember like I'd be at like school or at work or walking on the bus, and I'm like, why did she do it? Why did she push him? Like days after reading it, I'm still thinking about it. Like it's stuck in my craw. So yeah. Nothing else really noteworthy happened. Fair enough. SLU came to me in a dream and told me next chapter involves urine in her lips. I will be there no matter what. Gustang seems to be the only one with a clear plan. Exactly. I ain't gonna lie. This is probably saying this too soon, but Traumray seems at least a bit underwhelming to me compared to Gustang. I'd argue that since Gustang pulled up on him and he like defended home court, said the dust, even the dust here is mine, and him and Gustang had the little tickle butt clash. He's shown to me to be more than he really is, and he's shown to have maybe planned out stuff with Bam a little better than I initially thought with him and Jihad speaking in the very first chapter upon their return. So I think he's had instances where I'm like, I could see why a lot of people like put stock in him and like really like him a lot. He's just not my guy. And out of these two, I rock with Gustang a lot more. But that's just me. I'm not telling anyone what to think. I do absolutely believe that physically, in terms of raw power, defense, toughness, and overall speed, Trombre hasn't beat. I do think in terms of controlling Shinsu and matter and things around you, Gustang hasn't beat. Not gonna lie, I'm mad at Rachel ain't finished the job. I like how SLU connected the conversation with Laurel's father and him saying he was going to the head's heart, even though it is a little messy, good at foreshadowing. Okay. Plus, Tromre's a furry sex watcher. He's a freak, not my guy. And there it is. And there it is. Gusling actually has plans unlike Tromre. Tromre, the way he treats his family, I don't care about that, but I don't know how smart it is until the decision so far. It makes him feel like that about yeah, it's like you almost feel like Gustang, the Pobeda members are willing to go much further for Gustang, not out of sheer fear and reverence, out of respect because he may be I think someone said earlier that he treats them like employees for the company, and I think that it works better. Like people like Lobadan and like Goruro are like, yo, this guy treats us like chess pieces. Fuck this guy. Even the Grey Wolf said that. Like, forget this guy. I feel like he only stayed in the family as long as he did because he probably had a larger dedication to his other family members. But it's like that could be the thing that ultimately defeats him. No one in his family is willing to go that far because of how he treats them. And maybe because Gustang's just a little bit better, he comes out on top. Somewhat reminds me of what am I thinking of? There's like a thought there's like an example formulating somewhere in my head. What am I thinking of? Maybe they'll come to me. I can't read Trauma Ray. Is he smart or dumb? SC picks a side. He is hard to read. Trauma to go outside. He's never seen a gym. Gustang reads when he does push-ups. Gustang reads when he does push-ups. I think Trauma Ray is stronger than because he can enhance himself with like animal characteristics and like dragon scales or like Arcanak is like ancient hellfire. I don't know, something like that. Where was I? Hold on, we can't call Trauma Ray and not call out Lolicon Gustang. Look at Eurasia Blossom. We know what she looks like. What if she just chibi and busty? I don't know. Lophobia family is a failed society with internal conflicts and coups. Pobedal family feels like knowledge hungry, advanced civilization, heavily manipulated propaganda. I feel that. Trump feels like a thoughtless dude that just does whatever kind of when he's versus someone on his level, like he's depressed and again he does sit down hugging his legs all the time. Not Kareem though, he is D-right in facts. She is petite in description. I remember that, but does that she can't be short? Did they say she's built like a 1-year old? Like what's going on? I wonder why Big Z went to Tromray to face Gustang. Doesn't seem like a good choice because it had always been hinted that Tromray might have been naturally the most loyal to Jihad. And Gustang is the one that's been the most antagonistic and adversarial towards him. So I think it was just one of those natural things. She may be clingy, but she not crazy. Tiara is back for more. Oh Lord, yeah, it was nice to see her again. Stop the petite slander. Now I like him tall, but yeah, I've learned the power of petite women, man. She's like 5'2". It's fire. What do they call it? They call it fun size. Gustang won't beat the LOLcon allegations until we see a ratio in the flesh. That's fair. Blog post says Blossom has the appearance of a young. Oh no, never mind. You a freak. You lock all the family heads up. Throw them all in prison. None of y'all safe. That's crazy. All of y'all gotta go. Yuri gotta go too for liking Bam when he was like 1 foot tall, fresh in the tower. All of them make me sick. First image of Tramray had him looking like an ape, filling out his cloak in the shadows. Ended up being a good mask, but I think it was meant to make you think he was a human. One of the silhouettes you see with him, he's a furry. He has like a wolf tail and cat ears and stuff like that too. I don't know if you remember that one. So yeah. All right, people. What was y'all favorite panel and favorite piece of dialogue? What was your favorite, man? What was your favorite? Bark like a dog. What was mine actually? Some people were saying Bam's fit was moving him. Mine's the Tiara panel. I'm sorry. Turtleneck Yuri was moving me. Everything Tiara. Tiara saying Yuri is a hazard. Only the one that isn't a freak is Yana. Besides being a virgin, she's actually made even more thirsty. Keating panel, that one's clean. Laura with the snakes in the back with the fate panel. Animal versus Lolicon being the hypest fight in the series is crazy. What have you guys always called it? Master Breeder versus Master Reader, or Zookeeper versus Librarian? Laura with the snakes. That's a good one. Bozo Clown saying wolf. For fave dialogue is Lopa Bingo and Bark. Is the father and the bloody the bloody angel wing girl was clean. Was clean. Yeah. Keating getting the squad already is hype. As for the chapter, 7 out of 10 for me. That's probably what I'm sitting at. 6.5 or 7 out of 10. This Elbaba guy, I just can't take him seriously. You know what? That's who he's kind of making me think of. It's like how I couldn't take Levi seriously when he got pressed by Stone Edge and Rock Throw. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. The best panel was the crocodile shot, the croco boy. Oh, the Florida Gator. Florida came through. And you guys know I'm a Canadian Florida man. So yeah. Final Keating, raising, dialogue, the Yuri X Tiara cat fight. Oh man. This is the fight. I didn't know this is the fight we didn't know we needed. but it's the fight that we deserved, 100%. Just a regular gator from Florida. Our regular gators from Florida are stronger than the average gator around the world, though. You know what I'm saying? Like I see Florida just bump, like just bump, like they don't be scared of them. Like move before I hit you with a pan. Like I saw a lady take a shoe off. Like you can't beat that with a shoe. Get a gun. Just a regular gator. You telling me Trauma a Florida man? No wonder he wild with animals. Was this the first time a high ranker got introduced just to die in the next battle? um, is there an instance? I don't think there's an instance of that. I feel like Godot died pretty quickly, but it wasn't that quick though. Where's Guns at? Best dialogue was in Dorsey saying, "Mark the twin princesses" secretly. They told Bam to let the adults talk, and I'm sitting here like, y'all know he's older than both of y'all, right? It's just like let the adults talk, and I'm like, do you guys think you're like mature? Because neither of you are. You're both acting like cheering, acting like cheering. Yeah, how would you guys rate this chapter? We have to rank it. I'm at a 6.5 to a 7. I haven't decided yet. I'm around there. I'm gonna say 6.8 for now. This is probably the lowest I've given a chapter since his return. I don't think I went below a 7 yet, but I wasn't mad at it. All things considered, wasn't the guy Topi or Lopi guarding Moron a higher ranker Caliban? I don't know. 4 out of 10, boring as fuck. 6 out of 10. I don't remember. 6.5 sounds right. Yeah, it's kind of where I'm floating around. Well, let's see what Gustang is scheming over there. Like, I'm just happy Tiara was there. Yours the turtleneck. We saw Mate first. He still had his concrete ass, bare ass cheeks out. But then he put some clothes on. Like, okay. And there's that one panel of Laura's Yiddies. That might have to be a thumbnail secretly too for one of these videos. But I'm gonna make that video of why Yuri lost that fight. I'm gonna make that. I will. But necessary plot dump to get stuff moving. 6.5 to 7. It's good for that. Fair enough. I'm not mad at it. Mate was found in Egypt fighting a bunch of guys using. You really was dressed like a pillar man in that. Right then and there. You just need some jewels and like one of those nice head wraps and the horn. That's all he would really need. But yeah. But all right, guys, I'll leave this up until tomorrow. I'll put it down for anyone. So tell anyone who missed it to come see it here. Check out the Patreon if you want to see when I post videos early there. When I post the stuff, look at that unpublished. I unpublish the streams, so I don't keep them up. So check it out, read it. Goodbye. The Patreon gang. Big shout out to everybody who supports me on Patreon. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to the CBL. That's the certified BAM lovers. But I got to give a bigger shout out to the Priests of Fire. Those are the certified Brilliant lovers. Are they the real CBL? I don't know. They just might be. But incredible, incredible. Big shout out to the Fifth Zan Gods, my tier 3 patrons. Big shout out to Abdel, Alan, Andrew, Ashu, Childish New Jabbish, Danny402, I think one or I, Dang, Tris, Fairs, Johnny Rogers, Lazy Dragon, Lucky Roo, Makai, Maury, Rap ZB, Revenant, Scobe, Shoddy to your body. Simi, Sonny Kathapali, Ticos, Tino Brown, Urek Mazzino, and Zachary Cooper. Whoops, I lied, there's two more. Zodiac, Nemiko, and Zyler Scotty. Your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you. And for anyone who wants to know how they can support me without giving me money, you watch as much as you can, you like the video, you comment, you share, and you tell people about me. Spread the word about the legend of Hemmings. All right, I'm out, man. Yeah.